What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Tato Radebe here. This will be part 2 of my trip to Germany. If you haven't seen part 1, I will have it linked in the video description below. So as a way to celebrate us completing the showing at the trade show, Martina and her husband Harold decided to take me out to a restaurant. So this is actually a boat that's been converted into a restaurant. It belongs to a friend of theirs. And yeah, the vibe was quite nice and we had a good time that night. So the following day, Martina decided she was going to take me on sort of a museum tour. So Berlin is known for its museums, both art and jewelry museums. So this was an opportunity for me to kind of take in the culture and to see what the city has to offer. On our first stop, the first thing I noticed was obviously the famous Berlin Cathedral. This is a noticeable feature of Berlin, especially because of the patinaed roof that you can see there. Quite a lot of the buildings in Berlin have this patinaed look. So I was pleasantly surprised that we were so close to the cathedral. The first museum we stopped at was the Humboldt Forum Museum. It's quite an impressive museum, both in size and in content. I really recommend people go and check this out if you can. So just a brief background about the museum. What you're looking at is the old Berlin Palace. So the Humboldt Forum was built around the old palace itself. So there's a lot of historical significance to this building.
As time goes by.
When I was doing my research about this museum, I discovered that it actually has a dedicated space for African art. So of course we had to go and check that out. And it's not just African art, it's like African artifacts as well, which are also housed in the museum. It is famous for housing non-European art, including Australia, Asia, and of course Africa. So I'll just let you guys enjoy the next couple of minutes of art and artifacts that are in the museum.
It's been a long time. Some of the old songs. For old time's sake. As time goes by. It's been a long time. Some of the old songs. For old time's sake. As time goes by. It's been a long time. For old time's sake. For old time's sake.
While we were in the museum, myself and Martina were obviously having conversations about the stuff that was on display, and we had quite an interesting conversation around the idea of these artifacts that are on display in this museum being kept in Germany instead of them being in the place where they are from. So for instance, this boat or these series of boats that you're looking at here belong to the people of East Asia, if I'm not mistaken. And what she was telling me is the museum basically took the boat and asked to have it housed in this museum because that was the only way to preserve it. If it had to go back to East Asia, there isn't a space for it to be held. So this was a conversation we were having. Also, there's a lot of artifacts that are from other African countries, and we were having that conversation about, is it right that it is kept in Germany, or should it be sent back to where it belongs? So I don't know. You guys can let me know what your thoughts are. Myself personally, I think the stuff should be taken back to where it belongs. Unless there was an agreement between the two countries that you can house the stuff in Germany, then other than that being the reason, I believe that the stuff should be sent back. But you guys can let me know what you think down in the comments.
It's been a long time. For all time's sake. For all time's sake. As time goes by. It's been a long time.
When we were done in the first museum, we decided to go and find a place to eat. And then I saw something that I only see in movies. It was my first time seeing a tram. Remember in the first video I mentioned that bicycles are quite a big deal in Germany, Berlin specifically. I was not wrong, as you can see.
As time goes by.
This time I really wanted to record the food that I was eating, but the lady behind the counter was not having it. So she told me to put my camera away when she saw that I had my phone out.
Some of the old songs.
We then took a walk towards the German parliament, and on our way there, Martina showed me the commemoration of the people who lost their lives during when they were trying to cross the Berlin Wall when it was built. So basically, the guards from East Germany or West Germany were shooting people coming from the east, trying to cross over to the western side. And these are the pictures of the people that were lost. Obviously, I think there's a lot more than that, but these are the ones that were on display. We got to the German parliament offices, and I could see that there was something happening around there. I think there was an event happening around the offices that day, so we couldn't really go much further except only to the border gates there. As you can see, people were standing there taking photos, and that's as far as we could get on that day. The following day, we went to a jewelry gallery. We visited Unna Jewelry Gallery that day, and this is one of the meccas of contemporary jewelry in Germany. And as you can see, everything that's on display is very contemporary art jewelry, and it was right up my alley, so I enjoyed this trip.
For all time's sake. As time goes by. It's been a long time. goes by.
Our second destination was at Directon House Art Gallery. This was a purely art gallery, and I enjoyed this one as well because I got to see what German artists get up to from an art point of view. A lot of paintings and a lot of sculptures. Very interesting stuff that I saw over there. Now I need to focus on these two artworks that you're looking at here. This one, that's the house, and then there's another one that you're gonna see following up now. These are actually pieces of paper that have been cut. So the artist used very sharp blades to cut out the impression. So what you're seeing, the black that you're seeing is actually black paper in the background, and the white that you're seeing is white paper in the foreground. So if you can imagine, they actually cut it out so that you can see the difference between the two. The same with this one. From a distance, it looks like it's actual drawings. That looks like it's a cloud. It's amazing. That was one of the best pieces of art I've ever seen.
As time goes by. It's been a long time. Some of the old songs. For all time's sake. As time goes by. It's been a long time. For all time's sake. For all time's sake. As time goes by. It's been a long time. Some of the old songs.
So on day 7 was my last day kind of exploring the city itself. On this day, Martina was showing me some more famous landmarks that are in Germany.
As time goes by. It's been a long time.
Then I got to see Hotel Adlon. It's a very famous hotel. There's even a movie named after it, and it's a luxury hotel from what Martina is telling me.
For all time's sake.
Our last stop was at the Brandenburg Gate. This is the feature that stands out. When you talk about Berlin, you're talking about the Brandenburg Gate. The cover for the thumbnail rather for the video was taken in front of this, so I knew that I had to use this as the thumbnail because that's what will let people know where I was. And that basically concluded my trip. The rest of the time I was in Berlin was spent relaxing, just preparing myself to get back home. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will catch you guys in the next one.